We're joined now by William McNeil and his attorney, Harry Daniels. We thank you both so much for joining us tonight. William, let's start with you. Walk us through what happened and what led you to turn your camera on and start filming on your phone.
Well, the officer put his hand on his gun and reached out for me, so I closed my door and started recording. I did what was best. Yeah, so
They said your headlights were not on and should have been on in what they described as inclement weather, correct?
yeah, correct.
But there are those people who would say, hey, why not just cooperate when they're pulling you over? Why lock yourself inside the car and refuse to get out initially?
That's where I felt safe at. I wasn't going to get out the car because my head was during the daytime, and then you put your hand on your gun and reach out for me. No, I feared for my life. And I know how officers of JSO are towards black men here in Jacksonville.
What went through your mind at that moment when the deputy broke your window and punches you in the face as you sit in the car?
I was surprised. I was scared, frightened. I grew up being told that officers protect us, but that wasn't the case.
How did you feel when you heard the sheriff say that the state's attorney's office found no criminality in the deputy's actions?
I haven't been listening to the sheriff.
Mr. Daniels, your reaction?
My reaction to no criminality is it's not shocking, not surprising by JSO. As William put it, JSO has a history of brutality against African-American males. We have represented multiple people against JSO, and it always starts some type of pretext or stop, like a seatbelt infraction, which is a civil violation, $15 fine, and in some cases leading to young men being killed, some been savagely beaten. So I echo what William was saying, who's afraid of JSO. JSO has a brutal history of treating young African Americans very harsh and using unlawful use of force. To the prosecuting office not bringing criminal charges, it's ridiculous.
And Mr. Daniels, you have said that you plan to file a lawsuit. When do you expect to take legal action, and what do you hope to see ultimately as the outcome?
Well, we are in the process of taking legal action, not just taking legal action in a civil matter. We also seeking redress from the Department of Justice. I know that may be shocking to some due to the current administration, but nevertheless, we're going to move formally request the Department of Justice to come into this particular matter, and we'll see what happens.
William, you said earlier today that growing up as a black man, you learned not to fight officers on the streets, but to fight in court. What kind of outcome are you hoping to see ultimately from a lawsuit?
The outcome that we all hoping to see, justice, justice for all black men, across America, across the world. It happens not just here, but everywhere. I'm not the only person this done happened to. It's far worse has happened.
What would justice look like for you?
Fighting for what's right, better training of our officers, and better officers.
Has this impacted your outlook on police? Has it impacted you emotionally?
Emotionally, I have mixed emotions. I'm terrified of police currently. Anytime I see a cop, I really just don't want to be around them. Sometimes I get angry when I see a cop, but I don't let that affect me daily. I don't drive anymore, and that's pretty much it. No, I barely can sleep. That is another thing. Yeah, I can barely sleep. I get like 2 hours of sleep a night. I have flashbacks and nightmares,
William McNeil, Harry Daniels, we thank you both so much for your time. Really appreciate you joining us tonight.
Thank
you.